All right, welcome back. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing Tempoross. And this might not be the most efficient way, but this is a way. It has been a little since I've actually done this, so we'll kind of see how it goes. And typically, what you need are, of course, a harpoon. Some people bring a hammer, um, rope, buckets for the water, and that's pretty much it. There are, I think, two or three different worlds where they quote unquote specialize in Tempoross. So you find players who um, generally will do it, just like Guardians of the Rift. And they provide all the stuff on the boat to be a little bit more efficient. You can always make sure that you grab it, the equipment, before you go on the boat, but it's not a big deal if you forget. And here, just kind of looking for the different Tempoross worlds. And so far, we're not finding anyone. Now, it's not a huge deal if you can't find anyone. If you're slightly higher level, you can always essentially solo it, which we're about to do. And the good thing is you can't actually die, so even if you fail, you just return to your starting location. Alright, so here's a starting location of Tempoross. And here you have different things here, 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 and here. And those are the different materials that you'll need. One will contain a hammer, one will contain a harpoon. Um, and see, let's see, some rope right about here. Here's your buckets over here. Here's a spigot of water. Here's also some buckets here. Here's some water here. A spigot, I should say, so you can actually uh, fill up your water. And so, what I suggest, make sure that you get 4 buckets and then fill them up with water. Or if you have them in your inventory, then that's preferable. But here's your starting point. You'll start somewhere on the boat, then you'll head down this way, and then there'll be either some fishing spots here, here, here is fairly common starting points, and then there's a place to cook fish here. And of course, if I already had my inventory full, it would be much quicker. And of course, here is where you can cook fish, but it's not required. Here is a place you can tether yourself to when the storm comes. So you'll want to keep those in mind. And you'll notice I am, of course, using the RuneLite plugin. I have done it without the RuneLite plugin, I should say. It is incredibly difficult, um, unnecessarily difficult. And so here, you'll just find one of the fishing spots here. Um, and you'll want to look for the double jump once you start fishing. So we'll see that here shortly. All right, so right here you'll see the. I can't see that too well, but see how this has a little uh, ticking clock with a square around it, which this does not. That indicates it's a double jump, and you can actually sometimes get two fish instead of one, and that greatly cuts down on your time to filling up your inventory. So it is worth it whenever you see that double jump fish to actually travel to it because you can definitely fill up your inventory much quicker. Now, what some people do is they'll fill up their entire inventory with fish first and then go and cook it. And some people will just fill up their inventory, cook some of them, and then go. But as you can see, um, the storm is approaching, and then you'll see this little thing appear around the this little tether area. Once you see that, you want to definitely head towards there, and you have to have rope in your inventory. And once you click on this point, you automatically tether yourself to it. If you don't, um, parts of your inventory will disappear and make the game much difficult. And sometimes it's food, sometimes it's your equipment, and it just becomes very upsetting. And sometimes, as you saw right there, the mass of the ship and where you can tether yourself to. Saw a little double jump there, but the mast of the ship, which is up there, which is up here, right there. You can tether yourself to, but this had broken down, and I used a hammer to fix it. Uh, these are different fires here, and you have to click on your bucket and put it out. And then right here is where you will start loading the fish. Oops. Let's do this a little bit better here. There's two places right here and here that you can either put the raw fish or the cooked fish, and then the cannons will shoot them at the Tempoross boss. The cooked fish will definitely do much more damage, where the uncooked fish will do some damage. It just depends on how much you want to damage him, depends on how much rewards you get in the end. As you can see, the mast was broken, and you cannot tether yourself to something that is broken. So I had to fix it really quickly. Just filling up the water in the buckets, and put in the rest of the fish, and then go back down and do it all again. And as you can see, it's been a little while since I've done this, so it wasn't time to go to the dock area yet. You will notice this area up here. You'll have three different bars. The top bar is essentially the energy surrounding Tempoross, a shield, so to speak. Once that is done, that'll be time to go to the dock. This will be his life energy, and the last one is whenever the storm intensity increases, uh, and bad things will happen. As you can see, the fire is about to start spreading. You do get some slightly higher points for putting the fire out, just as you do for uh, throwing fish in the cannons. If the storm intensity gets too high, the game will, I believe, end if I recall, and you'll go back to the beginning. And so we were nearly 90%, so we just barely eked by. Um, so you just want to keep a mindful watch on that. Again, not a huge issue because usually for the first 2 to 3 times you can kind of get by, but you don't want to let that get to 100%. And so here's like the second part. Once his energy hit zero, we came to the spot here, then just click on that spot right there, and you'll start actually doing damage to him. And you'll be able to damage his life force until this spot right here reaches back to 100%. And then you go back to harpooning fish, cooking them, and putting them in the cannons. And the good thing is you get a lot of fishing experience by doing this, and the rewards are pretty decent as well. So it's a win-win. It's kind of a fun way to kind of get a lot of fishing experience. If I recall, I think you need what 30 level 30 fishing experience in order to be able to do this mini game. And then you just kind of rinse, lather, and repeat until you get his essence to zero, and then you've won the game. Now the good thing is, I think it's pretty much even with solo. It's generally 2 rounds is what it takes to defeat him. And it's pretty much similar whether you have like a crap ton of people doing it at the same time versus just solo. And like I said, without the RuneLight plugin, it's very difficult to know when to go tether yourself. But it can be done if you want an extra challenge. Just cooking some fish right now to do a lot of damage. And you also get some cooking experience, which is nice. You get some construction experience. That's only if you fix the mast or the pole. Got a construction level. Very nice. So it looks like we just need to catch a few more fish, and then we should be able to finish off the energy shield and finish off Tempoross, and then claim our rewards. And we could fill up another thing, but we actually have enough to get them low. Alright, that should do it. And then we come down to the dock. Click on our little spot here. And a couple more harpoons, and he should be dead. And like I said, there's more efficient ways of doing this to getting the most rewards. I already have some rewards built up, so I'll show you where to go to get the rewards. But this is one kind of crude way to do it, and also it's been a while. And to get out, you go to the first mate, you can right click and click leave, and then you go back to where you started. And over here is the reward pool. So you can speak to this dude here to get a net. Here's where you click on with your net to claim your rewards. Over here, it tells you how many permits you get. Unfortunately, this little thing is blocking, but let's see if we can make that kind of go away. So you see the permits. So a total of 39, and I got 4 permits, so you can get rewarded 4 rewards at a time for this one. Sometimes you get a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, depending on how many you get. And of course, I've got some already saved up that I never got. And a lot of times, people just kind of span Tempoross over and over again before going to claim the rewards, just so they don't spend a lot of time um, essentially saving time so they can just do it over and over again. And the good thing is there is a bank right about here, a little bank chest that you can just dump all your rewards and keep on keeping on. Well, there you have it. A nice, easy way to do Tempoross. Generally recommended to do if you can find a world where they have multiple people doing it for the first couple of times before trying it on your own. But again, there's no harm, no foul. You're not going to die even if you lose the minigame. So it's not a big deal. Hope this has been helpful, and thank you very much for watching.